that's what makes us unique too. We're not going out giving like classes or symposium. We're actually learning as we go, and that's kind of, and the organic aspect of that is pretty dope. And I think it's a richer experience than if we were out telling you what to think or whatever.
And it's not, I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say that I think there's a subliminal message also that says that this is going to be uncomfortable. You know, and I think that that's something within this. There's an honesty in that. It's like, okay, we want your communication. We want, you know, that dialogue. And then, but at the same time, with the bursting bubbles, you know, we're saying, you know, you guys like, it's going to be uncomfortable. But we're here together and we're going to get through it together. You know, but I think there's that honesty that sometimes we don't always want to admit to. We don't always want to forewarn someone, you know what I'm saying? It's like a doctor giving a shot, and you know they distract the kid, and then they give them the shot. You know what I'm saying? Instead, it's like, hey, this is going to hurt a little bit, but here, you know, will be the results. Like you said, hey, we don't own the results, right? But here's going to be the results of this. So this little bit of pain, you know, is the present pain that you're going through real quick will if you actually take the shot, it's going to actually make you better. It's actually going to you're going to get the results that you ultimately want. So I think, though, that honesty, that is going to be uncomfortable. You're probably going to get a couple bubbles burst, you know, but keep coming back and keep communicating. And it is still safety in that. You know, it's still safety in that.
Well, because we're certainly creating a safe space. And let's talk about, you mentioned like a kid getting a shot, right? And a lot of this, too, to me, is kind of like that childlike wonder. Because when you think about when we were kids, and even the kids that we know, some of you have kids, little kids will ask you anything. They will say anything. They don't care. But they're some of my favorite people. Because they just whatever, you know, and they don't. If they like you, they like you. They haven't decided about race issues or gender issues or any of those dynamics. They just like, but I like that person, so that's my friend, and that's how kids are. And then somewhere along the way, we lose that, and we walk away from that. And now we start putting people in boxes, and we don't want to deal with folks because they're from this area or they look like this or what have you. But this is, I think, this is an opportunity for us to get back to that sort of like childlike place. You know, we're not being naive and we're not being, you know, just like wild. But we're seeking to understand, so we're talking to people that maybe we wouldn't usually talk to because we want to understand their perspective. We want to know why, and we can ask them questions almost innocently, really, because we don't know. You know, and they will hopefully explain to us, you know, their experience and their journey. Michelle, do you have thoughts about the kids and the wonder?
Well, that's with kids. It's so funny. I have. You know, my nephew is mixed with, his dad is black and his mom is white. And he notices that he doesn't look like his cousins. And he'll be like, that's weird. Why is that? And we're just like, you know what? You're the same. You're the same. It doesn't matter what you look like on the outside. It's all about the inside. And they don't notice it until other people start. They never noticed it till they started going to school. And it's when you go around other people and realize, oh, you know, what's going on here, and asking. And when they ask those questions, it's about letting the kids know that, you know what? Yeah, you're half black, and that's something to be proud of. He's half Irish. That's something to be proud of. And we're all proud that we're humans. And I think once we teach children that we're all humans and not just a box, is where you start. And that's how you start changing the way people think. It's at a young age.
And you're almost fighting the tendency to be tribal. I've noticed that because I find myself trying to like actually have conversations with people that, like, I got a guy at work and we have nothing in common, but we have more conversations now since we started breaking bread than anybody else in our group. And it's cool because we have a safe zone, because he's asked me some pretty crazy questions and I've given some pretty crazy responses, but we have that dialogue now, you know what I mean? And so that's pretty dope.
I think the good thing about hopefully these intentional conversations is coming to every conversation curious, right? Without any preconceived notions of what you think you might know already. So to really come to the table with that childlike curiosity and innocence, right? So I look forward, as uncomfortable as they are, those conversations where I generally don't know anything and I only know what somebody has told me. And I think part of, you know, we are all a reflection of our personal experiences, right? So many of what we think about certain things are based upon either what somebody told us or what we personally experienced. So there are things within certain communities that I've never experienced. So I can only form my opinions based upon what somebody has told me. And I don't know if that single point of data is an inference of their personal experience or representation of the total. So I think for me, I look forward to the conversations on mental health. I look forward to all of these other conversations where right, wrong, or indifferent, I just personally haven't been exposed to. I've been within my bubble. But now I'm going to have the opportunity to learn a little bit more that will hopefully shape how I think about other things. And I think that's the beauty of kind of being brave enough to have a conversation that matters and being intentional and saying, hey, I don't know a lot about this. That's okay, but I can become a better person if I sort out information. And rather than me just allowing the noise of the world to tell me what I should think about something, let me do a little work. Let me find somebody that could help inform me and engage in a healthy dialogue. Hopefully I do walk away with a better insight and understanding and perspective.